And we are back. House of the Dragons, this time Season 2, Episode 3, titled The Burning Mill. And if my memory serves me correctly, they're not going to probably show us the Burning Mill. If I'm correct, that is one of the bloodiest and most insane battles that doesn't really involve a dragon in every recollection of House of the Dragon. So I think we're going to probably skip that and probably just going to be more of a political theater, if you will. We've had a lot of unnecessary bloodshed throughout this series thus far, and I'm assuming that's just going to continue further and further along because, well, it's not going to get better, is it? We have Aegon, who just fired Otto, which, hey, he did what Viserys couldn't at an earlier point on in his career, which would have saved him a lot of guff. However, now we just have him running roughshod because he made Kristen Cole Hand of the King. And we had the terrible assassination attempt from Eric on Eric Violence to try and end Rhaenyra, ending in both Eric's, well, not being with us. So we're gonna have to figure out where those pieces fall because things are out of hand. I don't think peace is in the cards, but what I think is in the cards is you guys hopefully hitting that usual YouTube ritual that you guys do when you enjoy the content. But without further ado, let's give you some content to enjoy. Without further ado, let's do further and let's engage.
Put the boundary stones back.
We didn't move them.
How did they move themselves then? Just rolled their way over so Bracken cows can fill their bellies on Blackwood grass?
The Assize at River.
Fuck the Assize. And fuck you. This is our land.
Everybody, we're just fighting over probably what amounts to about 2 feet of land. Not really a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but, well, when you hate your neighbors, you hate your neighbors.
You wouldn't dare.
Well, that got out of frickin' hand.
Hotter blood has prevailed, I think. The young men have taken the bit in their teeth. They wish to punish, to avenge. Soon they will not even remember what it was that began the war in the first place.
Yeah, this has just been a series of unfortunate events just compounding each other. Nothing is going in a good or positive direction. We're just basically a ball of poo rolling downhill, grabbing more poo, and eventually there's going to be somebody at the bottom who's just going to have a terrible time.
And no war so bloody as a war between dragons. I do not believe she wants it.
She sent a raven. I do not care to read her message. What she did,
It is not her, but the men around her who seek bloodshed.
she permitted it.
As you permitted the murder of a little boy in his bed.
It's always weird when you have like these such common sense things that people say and then like the character takes it as profound. It's like, yeah, no matter how you view this, Allison is literally as complicit as you are. Regardless of we know who's right and who's wrong, you're both at the end of the day just not in charge of how things are going. And that's the problem. You are not the drivers of this vehicle. And this vehicle is dragons. We're just making anybody Kingsguards now? Because those are Aegon's drinking buddies. Why are we giving them weapons and saying, go protect the kingdom?
And your brother Darren's dragon nears fighting age. Call on them to suppress the Riverlands.
Alas, they are months away. My lord brother Jason is raising a great army at Castle Rock. In a matter of weeks, he will be able to harass the Blackwoods from the west.
Should we not aim to unite these armies and then strike as one?
The great military mind of the Citadel.
This council's ineptitude right now is just coming up on legendary. The fact that we can't seem to come to any sort of accord whatsoever, but even Viserys was able to get things done with these idiots. Maybe I didn't give enough credit.
I was told you turned back from your ship to bring warning.
I was not believed at first.
You saved my life.
What is the life of a queen worth these days?
You wish to be rewarded.
As I would think, you would wish to reward me.
What price would you set?
A place at your court.
You said your earnest desire was to flee Westeros.
And you let me go. You showed me grace when you could have withheld it. I'm not often surprised.
You're not often right. It's kind of the issue. It's kind of why your lot in life has been, here when you keep having these aspirations up here.
Are they always like this?
Sea Smoke, my late lord husband's dragon, has grown restless of late. We cannot know why.
Oh, I think you do know why. I think Sir Laenor has befallen a tragic fate off screen, and mercifully, I might add, because he's probably a great warrior, but I don't think he would have played an interesting part in the story. I think more or less, Sea Smoke is looking for a new writer.
It breaks my heart to send my boys away, not knowing when I will see them again. But you have seen what may befall them here. Rhaena, I need you to be the mother to them that I cannot. Teach them, train them, guard them as a dragon guards her eggs.
And my sister?
I need Baela here.
Because she has a dragon.
I cannot promise to make you happy, but I ask you, make this sacrifice willingly. For all of us.
So, of course, she's going to feel some kind of way because she's like, oh, I'm being sent away because I don't have Yes, it's because you don't have a dragon. If you had a dragon, you're important. If you don't have a dragon, you're not important. That's how dragon wars are fought. With dragons. You don't have a dragon, you're unimportant. Or you're a high tower, which is somehow worse. But facts are facts. You get your feelings how you wish. I just don't care. I knew Harrenhal was a dump, but this is ridiculous. You don't even have a proper ceiling.
I'm claiming Harrenhal.
Apparently so.
Apparently so is the nice way of saying, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. No shit. He's like, I didn't fight you. There was no one going to fight you. That guard outside that you punched in the face, he was probably just going to open the door for you. But alas, we have to do this the old-fashioned way, so here we are.
I've survived many a battle. I do not mean to be felled by poison peas.
I'll admit that my cook's peas aren't exactly the stuff of legend, but poison?
Well, it's an easy way to kill a dragon rider.
If you've not yet surmised, you are welcome here.
And what of your lord, Larys Strong? He who sits at the false court of Aegon.
Larys Clubfoot is no lord of mine.
I mean, okay, we're just throwing out that whole terminology, but he's like, look, he may be family, but we don't recognize him at this time. And, well, Damon, probably drop your guard, dude. You're fine.
Might I ask, Your Grace, if you are successful, well, when you are successful, what then?
We march on King's Landing and take the throne.
The throne?
It's a big chair.
Yeah, and people have been dying for that stupid chair for forever. Because look, a chair, an actually comfortable chair. God knows what they would do for this.
Sir Gawain has volunteered to accompany you into battle.
We have a full complement, Your Grace.
Then you shall have a fuller one.
The march will be hard, sir.
No one is more delighted than I to march out to war with the Dornishmen. Sister.
Yeah, that old chestnut is never going to sit well. The Reach and Dorne have as much of a blood feud as Bracken and Blackwood. So, things would be a little bit spicy between these two. And again, this feels like Alicent's like, please protect my boyfriend. Please protect my beau. I don't want anything to happen to him. More than, hey, you actually need the help. Because is she saying the dragon's not going to be enough? Because that's really all we're saying. It's like, I don't care how big your army is. If you have a dragon, is it bigger than the other sides?
First Prince Daemon with our army.
There has been no word from Prince Daemon, Your Grace.
Then we must press what advantage we do have.
And what is that?
Dragons. Send them all out. Start turning green strongholds to our cause.
Every woman in the room was like, oh, come on. It's like, you guys can't be that hot-blooded, can you? The answer, unfortunately, is all of them are. They're eager for war, to prove themselves and have their names written in the history books for people to talk about long after they're gone. Not realizing that you actually have to survive and have heroic deeds in order for that to happen.
Prince Daemon is abroad, and Aegon's factions are enraged at the death of his son. You have never been so exposed.
Perhaps it is time for you to think about secreting yourself somewhere safe, while we remain here as a source of distraction for the enemy.
You propose to conduct the war in my absence?
It would merely be a precaution.
It would be treason.
Friendly reminder, she may not have played the game, but she can't understand when the game is being played directly in front of her face. Just because she didn't care about the High Council, anything involving royalty, following any rules, there's a long list of things she didn't give a crap about that she probably should have, does not mean she is a fool. She gets this, she understands this, and she's not going to let men pretend at what she wants to handle personally.
This council would do well to remember that their queen wears the crown of my grandsire, Jaehaerys the Conciliator. The wisest of Targaryen kings whose reign outlasted every other. Even Aegon the Conqueror's.
The kindest of reminders of, hey, we're smarter than you. Don't do this.
We each do what we can. And here, I think, is some consolation.
Tyraxes and Stormcloud are young and vulnerable. These eggs are even more fragile. But should all come to ruin here, you will bear our hope for the future.
Has to be tough, sending your kids away from everything just because you know what is coming down the pipe. But again, Rhaena has been blessed with the task of here's 4 dragon eggs and 2 actual dragons. You are shepherding the literal future of House Targaryen right here, right now, and here is it's more than a kingly gift. Like, this is a godly level gift to attempt to make something happen. So, hope she can make it work.
You have as much claim to grief as anyone.
You?
I love Jaehaerys, but my concern has been more for you and what you have endured. Helena,
I forgive you.
I don't know why Alicent is trying to, like, be the mom here. You've never been one. You have birthed children, sure. So, factually, you would be. But the act of mothering, or nurturing, or raising, yet to see that.
There are diverse rumors whispered in the streets of your city. One such is that your grace sends his forces to battle, and in his courage and wisdom flies with them.
Another is that his grace was outwitted by his councillors and persuaded to fly to war with Sir Criston, so the Queen Alicent may reign in his absence, with Prince Aemond at her side. Absurd, of course.
Yeah, I know you're saying it's absurd, but you're just playing it up the same as everyone else is. Aegon is pliable that mentally you could literally just ping-pong him back and forth between, well, this is what the brave person would do, this is what a coward would do, and he just kind of send him off in any direction you may choose or deem worthy. And ultimately, it worked. Aemon played his brother because he wants him to go out to battle, so he dies, and then he takes the throne. Smart play, but that is his brother, so makes you wonder what he'd do to his enemies.
My father always said he had no use for a master of whisperers. And yet, I find myself wanting for one. I should be glad of your talents.
You honor me, Your Grace.
I feel like most kings truly do need a master of whispers, but Larys definitely got this by being the sleazy way. But also, I don't think Aegon would be as thrilled if he found out that Lord Larys is, well, looking at his mom's feet in his free time.
I'm the son of Balon the Brave, bastard brother to Prince Daemon and the late King Viserys, uncle to the one true queen, Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Yeah, you probably are. There's probably God knows how many bastards running around of Targaryen blood. But the only reason they would mention this is because we have unclaimed dragons. Someone's gonna get desperate and be like, look, come try and claim these dragons, and we'll just throw these bastards to the wind. Because the funny thing is that the show seems to kind of skip over a lot. Claiming a dragon, not exactly easy, so to speak. You have to win them over and have them not eat you or burn you to a crisp. Thus far, things have been successful on the show. What happens when things are unsuccessful? Catch my meaning?
Aemon the Fierce! You have come so far, and yet you still lie with your very first.
We should not be throwing stones right here, right now. He still has Vhagar and a short temper. Humiliating him at this moment in time while he's being mothered, probably not the best idea. Overall, they're just very, very lucky that Aemon chose to take a walk, rather than make this situation more intense than it needed to be. This brothers' feud is going to hit a boiling point soon enough.
If it soothes your brow, Cole, we will rendezvous with your army at first light. Or if their wine is good, perhaps a little after first light.
We're exposed.
What? Cole?
Get to the trees!
I thought we were going to have our first, like, pissing contest where we're going to see who's got the bigger stick and who's got the bigger gun. The high tower nobleman or our Hand of the King who is sleeping with the queen. But instead, we get this broken up via dragon. Because why wouldn't you? Boy, did they luck out that it was Bela and not Daemon. Daemon would have just set this whole forest ablaze and gotten you all out of there, or your horses to get spooked and just take off. Instead, you get someone who's wise and not trying to push and force the hand. But, I think this is a friendly reminder for Gwaine. We're not playing war. This is for real. hate the paranormal. And I mean hate the paranormal. What in the unholy hells was that? Oh, what is this with white folks and hearing scary noises in the night and the need to investigate? If my door is locked and secured and I know I'm safe in there, I'm staying. Investigations be damned. I'm good.
Always coming and going, aren't you? And I have to clean up afterwards.
What kind of nightmares are we having? What? So we're having nightmares about young Rhaenyra because that's how you picture her at most attractive, I would imagine, because gross. And now we have her fixing Jaehaerys's head, which is his mistake. So he's just having a deep-seated guilt dream? Oh, sure. We're just having nightmares and we're going for walks now. We had a nightmare. We're now outside of a weirwood tree. But weren't we sleeping on we were sleeping on a weirwood bed. Yeah, weirwood bed in a haunted castle is just like, let's just turn the paranormal up all of the notches and combine every single one of the worst horror franchises, and by worst I mean most terrifying, and combine them all into one thing and just go direct inject into the old brain and see what happens. Harrenhal, everybody.
You will die in this place.
I'm not really sure I could count you as part of the welcoming committee. You will die in this place is the only thing you say to me, and you just saunter away like nothing happened? Hello?
What do you know of the movements of Alicent Hightower?
Would you take her hostage? Or kill her outright?
I would speak with her myself.
Killing her would be easier.
If war can be averted, it is my duty to avert it.
So we're just gonna go risk our lives, probably away from our dragon, I might add, and our entire army and council and all that good stuff, because we want to go talk to the person who was shagging our father and then usurped our throne, because now we decided peace is an option. What's gonna happen here? I'm just gonna divorce Daemon and marry Aegon, my brother, and that's gonna just everything? I think we're past the point of peace, writers and everybody in the room. Peace has left us in this dark hour. I feel better we at least brought a Kingsguard with us. I still would much rather have a dragon, but I obviously know you cannot bring a dragon into a city and have nobody notice. Basically impossible, unless they have underground tunnels that came from well outside the city to get you in. And fitting a dragon in an underground tunnel, well, now I'm just asking for a damn miracle.
We watched the tourney together, you and I, the day my brother was born. We knew, even then, that men trained up for battle are eager to fight, to seek blood and glory. But you, I know you do not have that desire within you.
So you're telling me that Alicent, who has spent her entire life, and I mean entire life, being controlled by men, that all of a sudden she's going to wrap them around her little finger and get them to call this off? Yeah, this plan was stupid from jump.
My dragons are restless. They smell battle. But if you and I may come to terms...
There are no terms now. You have no army. Your allies turn from you and they hear of your depravity. Your hands are bloody to no crime. I could never have imagined you...
The trespass was not mine. Oh, think what you will. I am a mother too, and you have yet to answer for the murder of my son.
I repudiate that act with all my heart.
Of course you do.
I love how we're just arguing over things that have already been. It's like we're arguing about the milk that's been spilled out on the counter, and now that milk is just rotting in front of us while we're just rehashing whose fault it was that it ended up there, as opposed to just wiping up the stain and being like, we can fix this. I know we're past that point, but, you know, don't let them know that.
It was hard at times to understand. But he spoke Egon's name. He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm.
What?
I desire peace as you do, but to possess.
Did my father use those words? The prince that was promised.
Because I was going to say, like, all you have to do is, like, hey, do you know what this secret thing is? Because Daemon didn't even know. So if Alicent is privy to this, then Aegon's the rightful king. She backs down. It's all over. Kumbaya, sort of. I mean, everyone's still pissed off about everything that's happened, and eventually that will spill over because this is a Targaryen thing, and that's kind of what they do. Shout out Blackfires. More or less, this could change everything if it was in the right context, but Alicent also doesn't know diddly about this, so that's the real issue.
He spoke to you of the Song of Ice and Fire. It's a story he once told. About Aegon the Conqueror.
Also, this is why you don't name everyone in your entire family history after the same, like, 4 frickin' people. Seriously. Why? No originality whatsoever. But if you didn't name everybody Aegon, we never would have had this issue. Rhaenyra would be on the throne, and that would be that. So, if you want to take a look at it, it's just naming people the same 4 things. It's kind of an issue.
A terrible war is looming, and even victory may be so bloody as to be counted a loss. Do not let your pride blind you.
There's been no mistake. My father is gone from court. God is on the march, Aemon. You know what Aemon is?
I mean, you know what he is if you, parented him more than, maybe 10 minutes and 18 years. But, there's that. Yeah, I think Alicent more or less just realized, hey, this is war, and if they catch you, the things they do to you will be indescribable for many. So you need to get out of Dodge now. I understand where you're coming from, and I'd love to help. However, with Otto being gone and Alicent, being this lone, weak island that she is, it doesn't matter if you sway her or not. War's coming. And that's where believing things with. It's too late. Peace is unattainable. And we started the episode with the bloodiest battle that we didn't see any of it, that Westeros has seen in a good long time. Long brewing, and was going to start up regardless of the war anyway. But at the end of the day, now we're just kind of left to try and pick up the pieces and try and figure out how we're going to make this work. Cole's army will be the first blow, whether positive or negative for the realm, hard to say. I can't imagine that things are going to go well with Aegon being there, and now that he's stirred the pot with Aemond, I'm sure that will come to a head at a certain moment in time that he may just regret. But I know what you will regret if you made it to the end of this video and you didn't already hit the YouTube usual method tricks. Please be sure to do so. Appreciate y'all. I am the Sarcastic Geek, and I'll see y'all in the next episode.